Será mejor que no te metas en mi camino.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Tengo que sacar sí o sí la skin de Tracer. Este stream literalmente solo es para eso. No lo estoy shoutoteando, no lo estoy promocionando en ningún lugar. Simplemente estoy grabando esto y se va a quedar probablemente completito. Este sí no lo voy a editar. ¿Quién está aquí? Les voy a quemar el fundillo.
Nadie se mueva.
Oh, no, no.
Aún te necesitamos.
Yo te necesito como el aire que respiro, como te necesito. Oh shit. Bien, maldito estúpido me movió. Te ver desconto. What's that?
Archivando datos de combate.
Hola, Conchi precioso. ¿Qué es aquí, mi amor? ¿Qué es aquí, bebé? Ay, qué chulo. Ay, mi amor precioso.
Por favor, detrás de la barrera.
This fucking map is one of the hardest. It's actually one of the newest and one of the last ones I played. Like, religious. Not religious, but constantly. That actually makes it a little bit harder for me because I've been off the grid for a couple months. In Overwatch, so everything actually works differently. All heroes have different, not set of skills, but stats and stuff. So yeah. Shit face. Just look at that. Won't you look at that? If I only could, I'll make a deal with God. No tune to swell, but still be running up that road, running up that hill, running up that building. And we are dead, motherfucker. 하느님 제게 I've been trying to like, I mean, not trying, I'm actually right now learning Korean. I had a weird connection with Korea since I was wee lad, since I was little. And when I say a curious connection, I mean curious connection. When I was like around, maybe 6 years old, my parents actually tried to enroll me into taekwondo classes, and I was like super hyped. On my first class, we're trying one of the first chagis, one of the first kicks, just a frontal kick from your, well, like resting position. I don't know how you can say it, or like from your regular position, you just lift your feet up, like, you know, and you hit with like the palm of your foot. I don't know how you say that, like the back of your foot. So you actually kick with that, you know. That's funny. So we were doing that kick constantly. And like I mentioned, I was really little, not just on age. I was a dwarf. I was 6 and I was barely
Épico.
5 foot, I guess. I was barely 5 foot. So I mean, that's kind of small, you know. For all my other friends on every other part of the world, I was 1 meter, you know, tall. So I was really, really small. People used to tease me on that. That's why I actually got into Taekwondo. So I was on that first class. We were kicking, and all of a sudden, I do see my feet flying directly to my face. So I kicked my forehead with the ball of my foot. Like, it actually bent, like, almost all the way and kicked me on my forehead. And I was really mad, and I never wanted to go back. That was one thing. And I remember the school. It was Mudukwon, which is a really prestigious taekwondo school here in Mexico. And I was like, I hate it. I will never do it. And fuck off. Fast forward like maybe 3 years after that. No, 9 years after that. Well, first off, fast forward like maybe 3 years, 2 years actually, 2 years after that, and on my school, we got like new kids, right? It's not really common in Mexico. Like, I know all American TV shows and like mostly English speaking shows have the, now class, this is the new kid. Say hello to Rajesh. Say hello to Marco. Say hello, you know, like exchange students and stuff like that. In Mexico, it's not that common, especially on elementary school, on primary school. I'm doing a quick live because I need the new tracer. Come here. So it's not that common, like I was stating, and so of course we always get excited when we have like new students, you know, because it's a weird eventuality that doesn't happen that often. So we were all really hyped. We're like, oh, let's meet the new kids, let's be the friends, and some others were like, let's try to bribe them and not, you know, bribe them into not being bullied, which is a really common thing in Mexico, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, they tease you because they want to be your friends, but they don't want to say that they want to be your friends, so they tease you a lot. And after that, they're like, if you don't want us to bully, you just need to like be your friend and stuff. And I'm like, fuck off, dude, fuck off. So fast forward to that, and in our classroom came one little guy, a guy that was actually smaller than me, which I was surprised, to be honest, because I was one of the smallest ones. So yeah, he came in and he introduced himself as, I'm just gonna like give him a fake surname, okay? So he was Samuel Kang. That's not his name, of course. Privacy. So I haven't talked with him. I haven't talked to him like in years. I'm not really sure if he still lives in Mexico. So he's like, hi, my name is Samuel Kang and I'm from Korea, South Korea. Well, no, he said Korea. I do remember that. He said Korea. And after that, our world history class teacher decided that it was a really good idea for us to understand Samuel Kang to take a quick class on world history regarding North and South Korea. So, of course, we did it when, he just introduced himself and he was gonna come to the school like in 3 days after that. He was just like, hi, I just got to the school. I will be coming back with you. Like, he got introduced on a Friday. No, like on a Monday, and he came back like on a, I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday, but he came back later. So that was it. So the next 2 days before he came back, the teacher decided that it was a really good idea to have like a quick, like, Northern South Korea history class. Now, mind you, we were like, if I was 6, I was probably like 8 or 9, right, at that time. And if you tell that kind of information to a 8 or 9-year-old, it's gonna stuck with him. Like it's gonna stay with him forever. That's plain and simple. So, of course, we saw the war thing and the union and separation thing, and the everything was under the umbrella of a Mexican school teaching Mexican kids. So of course, we didn't know like the whole spectrum, but we did know that North Korea was really strict. So that was basically what we knew, and our teachers of course kept telling us, but they come from South Korea, so please be kind. They never like had the war present, but their countries know, you know, that I mean their countries consider it not ended yet, and that it can restart anytime soon. So please don't mention that, please, blah blah blah. So of course, first thing first, Samuel comes in Thursday or Friday, I don't quite remember, but he came back and was like, hi guys. And the first thing I did, I was like, I stood up and I was like, hi, how you doing? And I extended my arm, and he, you know, shook my hand and everything, and I was like, yes, I did it correctly. Because I, of course, thanks to Taekwondo, that 2 classes that I took, I mean that first class that I took, showed me that you have to, you know, bow in front of people. And I was like, he's from Korea, he should bow. I bowed to him, he just like giggled, and he just shook my hand, and he was like, you don't have to bow, that's just for Koreans. And I'm like, I know, I just want to be respectful. And he was like, cool, thank you. And you know, I bonded really quickly with him because I knew how to say a couple words, and I was just happy, you know, I was just happy about that. Like, I know how to count to 10, I know how to say attention, you know, like of course Taekwondo or martial arts oriented Korean, but I was really happy about that, you know. And he was of course also really happy and not weirded out, but like intrigued on why and how I learned specifically those rather military words for him, of course. They do, that sounds really like military oriented. If you translate them, they do sound super military. So he was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh yeah, I took Taekwondo for a while. Of course, again, just 1 class. But I was just trying to be like the cool kid that I do know your culture, and I respect it, right? And it was again really grateful for that. Because everybody else was like, hey, and how you like the war, and what kind of weapons do you have there, and did you kill someone? Like the first thing our teachers told us to not do, and these motherfuckers did, you know. Rather insensitive, rather asshole-ish. You know, he was super chill with that. It was super duper cool, and he was like, nah, I mean, I get it. And he started like getting the Mexican humor. Like he was like, yeah, no, I totally get you. You're dumb. You're an idiot. You would not be able to know, right? And everybody was like amused how quickly he picked up on our words and stuff. Of course, he already spoke Spanish. Like they've been living here. I think they've been living here like their whole life. Him and his cousin. His cousin also came here. She was really cute. I mean, she's really cute still. I do still have a little bit of I mean, we assumed they were cousins, you know, because we're dumb. And we were like 9 years old. So for us, if they were Asian and they were in the same school, they're cousins. Of course, I'm not really sure, but it was really like a coincidence that the 2 of them actually entered the school at the same time. Again, Asian cultures tend to be like really tight, so that could be. I mean, again, I mean, I've never asked her that if they are related or not. 'Cause, I mean, again, that sounds like kind of racist if I assume they are. But you know, we assumed at that time that they were cousins, right? So we just assumed they moved from Korea to Mexico, but I think they actually have been living for years here. Or like if we were 6 or I mean if we were 9 years old, they easily could have lived here for 6 years because their Spanish was really good. They still did have some mannerisms that were not proper from Spanish. Even even more so for Mexican Spanish or Latin American Spanish, like a lot of like words and honorifics that shouldn't be used in most of the everyday scenarios. Like we never say usted to people our age, and of course us as Latin Americans, us as Mexicans, we try to go to the you, like we always say, no me hable de usted, háblame de tú. Like, don't speak formally to me, speak to me like a friend. That's basically how you can translate that. Like, instead of, Mr. Retasu, can I get you a cup of water? We actually would be like, hey Retasu, can I get you some water? That's basically how we like to be talked to. And that's how we like to talk to people, We love it. And it's rather unnecessary for us to be all, caught up and formal with everybody. So yeah, they still had some mannerisms that of course stated that they never took classes. They just learned and were translated from their brains, just like I did with English. So that was really cool. I mean, I was really amazed also, like Samuel, he was really young. He was younger, of course. I mean, he looked younger. I mean, again, I'm not trying to be like racist. He was super small, so I assumed he was younger than us. But now that I'm just retelling the story back, I'm just assuming that I was a dumb kid. I'm just realizing that I was a really dumb kid. But yeah, basically that's what happened. So yeah, so he came into the class, and that's one of the weird connections. But also, like automatically, like 1 year later, I got back into Taekwondo, not because of them, but because I wanted to. Like, I never like giving up on things. That's why I kept. I'm still trying and straining after 6 years. Of course, if I were more consistent, I would definitely be something right now. But I'm just too lazy. So yeah, I got back into Taekwondo again, not because of them. It was just a coincidence. I was already planning on going back, and they just happened to move here. They just happened to get into our school. So, like I mentioned, like 1 or 2 years after that, after the fact that they moved to that they moved to our school, I got into Taekwondo, and I was really hyped, and I already knew a little bit of the basics. Of course, whatever you can actually absorb and learn on your first class of Taekwondo. Well, at least the Korean commands, they were already ingrained on my brain. So, I kicked my own face. That's some shit that you'll never forget, especially as a kid. So like, I kicked my face, by the way. And I always told that story to anyone who approached me in Taekwondo. Like, yeah, I tried to do this like a couple years ago, and I just kicked my fucking face, and everybody laughed. And so yeah, that's kind of the stuff that I do encounter when that's the weird connection that I've always had with Korea. Now, that same year that I started going to Taekwondo, this girl, the one we assumed was uh, Samuel's cousin. Again, kind of racist. I admit it. We were kids. We were dumb. And of course, in Mexico, we don't really have that, like the racism thing so present, because we rarely get people from outside. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that we were not racist. We were definitely kind of racist, in a sense, a bit. But I mean, at least for most of us, it was not out of, you know, it was not part-hearted. You know, we were trying just to, like, hey, this is the first Asian people that we know personally and that we can talk to and we can have questions, you know? So that was funny and weird and kinda, you know? But, so, I got in the next year with this chick, the new Korean girl. I don't know how to call her because her name is Epic, and I like her a lot, her name, so it's really hard for me to fake a name. So I will not say even a fake name, because you know that could be compromising. I may just go super close to her real name. So no, thank you. So basically, I got on the same class as her, and I was like, my jaw dropped. She was the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She still is. And I was like, she's really cute. And one of my friends my friends were like, come on, go on and talk to her. And I was like, why would I do that? Because you like her. I know, but why would I? Why? Just explain to me, why would I do that? So yeah, they were really insisting on that. Like, come on, just go ahead and talk to her. And I mean, I did, but I was kind of concerned that she may think, because of course I've always been an otaku, and I've always been really proud of all my thingies, if you can say that, if I can say so myself. No, I've always been really proud of all the things that I like, all the things that I'm passionate about, like video games and anime and manga and stuff like that. So at that time, I just didn't want her to think that I was attracted to her because she was Asian. You feel me? Like a lot of people at that time actually had the phrase of the yellow fever for you know, Pikachu specifically, but also like Asian things.
Cinco, cuatro, tres, dos, uno. Primera ronda.
So
Captura el objetivo.
again, I didn't want her to think that I was like just being like quote unquote positively racist. Like, Asian, I love you. No, I was really infatuated by her. She is super cute. She's one of the most beautiful women. I mean, yeah, women that I've ever seen. Human beings. I was trying to actually say, but yeah, she's one of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen. If not the most beautiful, she's gorgeous, man. She's always been, and she will always be. Oh my fucking dude. And she knows it, of course. You know, she knows it. Every time we do have like a chance to talk, I'm like, girl, you're amazing. You're like a fucking goddess. She knows it. But yeah, why did I go on a tangent of loving her? I mean, falling in love with her. So yeah, so I got into this class, and I mean into my class, and she's there, and I'm like, oh my god. Then February 14 came around. If you don't know, guys, but in most Asian countries, Valentine's Day is celebrated differently. So Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. Is it? Yeah, the girls. The guys give chocolate and presents to the girl and the people they love, right? Not specifically like platonic love, just like love per se. Like you are part of my life, and I love you for that. Um, in March 14th, on White Day, depending of course on the language, it would be said different, but basically it translates to White Day in most of the countries. In White Day, the girls that liked back the guys or the presents themselves will be giving chocolate back. And there are like different kinds of chocolate on both instances, like love chocolate, friend chocolate, and I have to give you chocolate because that's a thing that we do on our school or on our workplace. Like it's literally like I was forced to give you this. Sorry. So of course, depending on what kind of chocolate you give to her, you give to them, it's like their reaction and their like response, right? So on February 14th, I got a lot of like chocolate for my friends. Got a lot of chocolate for like my guy friends, my girlfriends, or female friends, and I'm gonna be honest, I was not aware of that celebration, right? So I was really concerned and I was really nervous and I was really like. So I pretended, I told my parents that it was like we call it intercambio, but I'm not really sure how to say that in Spanish, in English. One quesadilla. So yeah, we like a gift exchange thingy. How do you say that in English? Gift exchange? Sounds really weird. I told my parents that it was like this weird gift exchange thingy, and they were like, "Oh yeah. Who did you got? On the raffle." So like, yeah, it's like kind of a raffle, and you pull out names, and they pull out your name, and you each give some cool presents and stuff. And my dad was like, "Okay, but who do you got?" Because my dad and my mom knew almost everyone in my school, except for these new guys. These two new children. Samuel and let's call her Yuna. That's her name. But yeah. And I was like, oh, so yeah, it's the new kid, and my mom was like, somewhat Samuel, and I'm like, no, the other one, and she was like, oh, the Korean girl, and I'm like, yeah. What's her name? And I'm like, her name is, and she's always had this like kind of joking, she's always had this like kind of joke like, nobody can fucking say my name except for like two people, and you're one of them. And I'm like, of course, I was in love with you. Of course, I would actually learn how to say it, how to pronounce it. I even went to my taekwondo like teacher, and I was like, dude, do you know Korean? And he was like, of course, dude. It's basically almost needed for us to be taekwondo teachers. I was like, how do you pronounce that? And he was like, oh, so and so. And I'm like, yes. So yeah, that's basically how I learned how to pronounce that. So my professor's teacher or my teacher's teacher was Korean, so we double checked on that in later days. But yeah. So my mom was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, she's cute. And I'm like, Mom, it was just a raffle. It wasn't, of course. She's like, she's cute. And I'm like, why are you being like that? Stop teasing me. And if you've never, if you're Latin American, you know that this is how it goes. If your family knows that you are in love or infatuated, or you think someone's cute, I'm not even talking about like your girlfriend, your boyfriend. I'm just talking about if you ever mention that someone is cute, they are immediately your future husband and wife, and you are bound to marry forever. So my mom kept like saying like, she's cute. And I'm like, Mom, it's not what you think, it is what she thought. it was just like a raffle sort of thing. It wasn't. I just pointed at her in my brain and I'm like, I like you, you know. So I was like, I do need to get this present and I do need to take it to school, so don't make it weird. And my parents were like, yeah, fuck you, we know you're in love. And I'm like, fuck, not fuck you guys, because you gave me my life and you gave me video games, but that's rude of you to be thinking that I would never tell tell you about me being in love with someone. And they were like, fuck you, we know you, and you hate affection and you hate human contact. So you wanting to give something special to someone, it's really weird, and we know it's not really common, so we are here for this. My parents were always scared that I would be, I would become like a bad guy, like stealing banks and killing people and stuff like that. I don't know why. And this is a serious thing, My parents always thought about that I would be in jail or something. So I'm really happy I didn't end up in jail. But I went to the store. We were to a Walmart actually. And mind you, early 2000s, Walmart in Mexico was not ratchet. I know if everybody in any other part of the world would be like, and I went to Walmart to get her present, everybody would be like, dude, why be so cheap? No, be so cheap. Don't be cheap, motherfucker. But here in Mexico, we did have some great brands working directly with Walmart, so gifts were cool. They were kind of expensive. So yeah, basically what I did, I got a big like the Kisses chocolate and a purple toy bear plushie in a keychain, and that's basically what I gave to her. And everybody just got mini Kisses chocolate, because fuck them. But I didn't also, I did not want them to feel like I hate them. I did not want to kiss them. So the day came, February 14th, and I was really nervous, and I've never had like a glimpse of affection for anybody other than my little brother. And to this day, he's the only like human that I show like, affection. Even my parents are kind of like, there's no birthday present for me, and I'm like, no, you're old. But my brother, he's like, I read once that this thing existed, and I'm like, okay, you get it for your birthday. And so people are always like, how, why? We'll talk about our brothership relationship. Brothership? Did I say brothership? Our brotherhood relationship. My brother and I would do that. We're really tight. We like to tease each other and pester each other, but we really care for each other. So yeah, so she was the first human being outside of being my brother or my sibling that I wanted to give her something, and I was really conscious, and I've never done that, and I had like the whole classroom encouraging, like, come on, do it, it's gonna be okay. So what I did, I pretended I had a stomachache close to the recess time. So everybody went out, and I don't remember if I left a note or I just like wrote her name, like, to so and so. Again, I will not say her name, because I know internet. I know the internet. But yeah, I know the internet, and I don't have like, I have never told her that I was gonna talk about this. So yeah, we'll just keep it clean for everybody. So yeah, they go downstairs to recess, and the teacher's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine. Let me just grab my lunch and I'll go downstairs real quick, okay? Don't care about me. Don't mind me. I'll stay here." Basically, that's what I try to compel to the teacher. So as soon as they left, I grabbed the little plushie and the chocolate. I put it on a gift bag, and I put it on her, like, on her chair. And I sped up, like, you know, I fucking dashed downstairs. People were like, of course, everybody knew that if something was left there, it was gonna be me, because I was the last one to leave. But I thought that was really, like, sneaky. I honestly thought I was super sneaky and that people never know. You know, I was dumb. I was small. I was young, especially young. So yeah, that happened. And so on that end, I went on my recess, like, every day. We were just talking about Pokemon, playing with Beyblades and beat 'em in, and also we played with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You know, we were really cool kids, actually. No, we were the fucking nerds. We were the fucking nerds. You know, if the Hellfire Club, if the Hellfire Club was nerdier, that would be our club. It came to a point that a lot of people told us the Pokemon guys, or they had like, there were like a couple guys who told us, you know, who called us Retasu and Retasu and his crew. Like, of course, my real name, I will not say my real name, because fuck you. They were like Retasu and his crew. And it was like, I'm not the leader, but thank you. There was no leader. We were a democracy here. I mean, we were a communism-based relationship, friendship. So everybody was important and everybody had their place. But yeah, so we came back and I was the last one. No, I was the first one to get there. Yeah, I also remember that. I was like, guys, let's ditch. You know, fuga. I was like, fuga. Let's run. They were like, why, dude? Why? Do you need to? Do you feel okay? And I'm like, no, I don't feel okay. I have butterflies. I have eagles. I have hawks on my belly. I feel like I'm gonna die out of nervousness. They were like, okay, and I was like, okay, I'll tell you guys, because I trust you. And I left her something, and we were in different classrooms. So they were like, what did you do? And I'm like, yes, I grabbed my little balls, my 6-year-old, I mean my like 7, 8-year-old balls, and I left something to her. They were like, dude, of course, great. Are you going to hand it to her, like, directly? I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. I'm actually just gonna watch from afar and hope that she knows that it was me. And they're like, did you leave us like a note, a signed note? And I'm like, no. Again, I don't really remember if I did, cause she did thank me and she gave me a kiss on my cheek. And that was the happiest moment I could ever had at that time. So yeah, everybody came in. Like, I got to the classroom like 5 minutes earlier, and even teachers were like, I mean, the teacher was super weirded out by that, because I was a nerd, but I was not like a smart nerd. I was just, you know, the kind of nerd that I don't like school. I would rather talk about anime and cartoons and stuff like that, and read comics. I was never, I always had D's and C's in class. So the teacher was like, why the fuck? And then she saw it, and she told me, was that you? And I'm like, what? And she just smiled at me, and she's like, that's a cute gesture. She's cute, right? And I'm like, teacher, don't make this weird. Okay. Teacher, I respect you. I, in a sense, have this feeling of wanting to be like you in the future. You're really cool. She was like the coolest teacher I could have ever had. But I was like, please, don't make this weird. she's like, no, okay, she's really cute. She's really cute. Do you know her parents? And I'm like, I'm 9. What are you talking about? Yeah, she just kept making it weird until everybody came, and I just like hit my face throughout the whole process. And everybody was like, oh, that's cool. And, like, everybody had like the little boxes for the Valentine's Day cards and stuff, like the letter thingies. And mine had, like, of course, every year it had like my friends, and I left some for my friends, of course. And everybody had like chocolate, and everybody was like, I left you this, and I left you that, and I hope you left me something, or I'll be mad. That actually sounded like Dr. Seuss. That was kind of fun. But yeah, everybody was like super sensitive regarding chocolate and candy because we were kids. Of course, if I gave you candy, it's like I gave you money, dude. You need to give it back. So yeah, that happened, and she saw it, and she was like, "Oh my God, who did this?" And I was like, I was a fucking ostrich, dude. I had my face buried between my arms and my school's like sweater. So, and everybody was like, I'm really sure that everybody was pointing at me. I cannot tell per se, but I'm really sure that that was happening. Because she, you know, like I mentioned, at the end of the day, we were leaving, and then we were picking up our stuff, and you know, our shit, everything was like getting picked up just to leave, and she started like hugging everyone and be like, hey, happy Valentine's Day, blah 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 blah. And then she got to me. She of course waited to be the last one. She got to me and gave me a kiss on the cheek, and that was really cute. And I was really happy about that. Bobby, precioso, mi chulo, mi amor. Ay, bonito. Hey, puppy. Ay, mi amor. Ay, qué bonito. So yeah, that was the story, and my weird connection with Korea. Oh, also, yeah. And when I started playing this game, Overwatch, the first thing that happened, I saw the game, I downloaded it, I started playing it, and I fell in love with the game mechanics of Diva. What's her nationality? Korean. One of my favorite music genres, K-pop. One of my favorite bands, Girls' Generation. So I was like, okay, I do have a lot of Korean connections. I should take advantage of this and just fucking go at it. Okay. So I did it, and I started, studying Korean. And that's it, guys. I think that's gonna be it for the stream. Like I mentioned, this was gonna be a super quick stream. I just wanted to unlock that Tracer skin. She is really cute. Really cute. Look at this. Just won't you look at this? Alrighty, I still do have time for my Korean class. That's great. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream right here. Again, it was a super quick stream, a Valentine's Day related thing, and I hope you liked it. Let's just go ahead and take a look on every single new thing that I got. Oh, this is cute. ¿Cuándo saqué esto? When did I actually got this? That's a really good pull. Ba-ba-bum. Echo. Somebody's price. Oh shit! I've never seen like her real face. She was cute. She's now a robot. She's not cute. She's hot. Okay, so this is the one. Is this the one? Oh yeah, that's the one. Genji, the metal one. Okay. Sigma, feet. Me and my friends call them el patas, like the feet guy, or just feet, like patas. Cause fuck him, fucking weirdo, fucking asshole. Okay, so the swimming competition one. Ah, this is cute, but I hate it. Roadhog. Roadhog.
¿Quieres unos cara-
Beep boop bop beep boop. Where is it?
Ese es mi trabajo.
Ah, that's cool. One of my favorite skins, dude. And this was the last taunt that I had. Kind of the most boring one, but you know, you never know when you'll use it. Ba, 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 ba. Come on, fucking bro. I mean, Wrecking Ball. Hammond. Where is it? Should be here. Okay. Let's leave that at the end. We have Torbjorn. Fascinante. I always have the game in Spanish, by the way, so if anyone has like a complaint on that, fuck you. I did have that on like on the PC version, so I'm glad I have it right now on the Xbox One. I wish this was crossplay because I do have some epic skins on the PC that I would like to transfer to the Xbox, and you know, vice versa. Ooh, talking about Taekwondo, I told you there's a weird connection between Korea and me. So let's go ahead and watch. I mean, first things first, let's go for the new spray. Also, a quick thing, even though I do loved Diva right out the gate, the first, you know, the first hero that I played with was Tracer. Oh my god, she's cute. So I do have a lot of her skins and stuff. Where is it? Comic? Where is it? Comic, here it is. Ooh, that's, look at this. Like, it's called comic because it really has like comic panels. Oh, that's cute. I was just, you know, I thought it was just like for, you know, a reference to a comic. So yeah, guys, that's it for the stream. I do hope you liked it. I'm gonna go to my Korean class right now, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow morning in Mexico time. So fuck you if you're not here. This was just a test stream. I don't care if anybody came, but tomorrow you need to be here. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. I said bye bye, bitch. Get out of my turf.